Hey guys, back on your screen. It's been a long while, especially for us going out together. Hope everyone's been doing well. We've just been extremely busy. Me with work and Eli with different things that he's been working on. So it feels good to be back.
What's up, guys? Anna finally joined me.
It's been a long, tough semester, that teacher life. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad first semester is coming to an end. The teachers are tired, the kids are tired. I know admin's probably tired. I'm looking forward for a mental health break, Christmas break, and wrapping up this first semester.
I don't know about that stuff, but I know she's stressed out all the time.
All right, guys. So one thing that we accomplished with a lot of help from Nikki and putting it together was the 5K in support of PTSD awareness. I can say that we were pretty nervous. I mean, if one person just showed up, we would have been ecstatic. Several people showed up. We have a lot of footage from that day. It's just been crazy with everything going on. Our schedules are, well, like you said, I'm a teacher. So if you know somebody who's a teacher, I think you can kind of understand that we're just always busy. And an English teacher at that.
A tested subject.
Yeah, it's a tested subject, so hate standardized testing. It really does take out the creativity from teaching. We had STC group come out, a home healthcare group come out. We have all the footage. Actually, I have the footage. We were just trying to live in the moment. And I didn't want Eli to, be focused on recording. So I did a lot of it and I have it saved. So it's just a matter of putting it up together. But I do want to thank each and every one of you that did come out.
Yes.
It meant a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it meant a lot to us. And I think we're looking to do it again sometime soon.
Hopefully July 2nd for 4th of July called Freedom Fest.
Yeah. So we're
still in the
ecstatic
talks.
about that.
Yeah. But for sure next year we'll have a Veterans Fest.
What more could we ask for? And we see at the Valley, this is our home, this is our community. So we want to bring that message of helping others with PTSD, people struggling with mental illness. I mean, it's an important topic. Unfortunately, a lot of people take their lives daily. I mean, not just soldiers, but like everyday people who don't know how they're gonna make ends meet.
22 people a day, veterans kill themselves.
I mean, it's probably more now.
Yeah, probably. I was talking about like as far as a business owner.
Oh, so yeah, because that's something new, and I could never dream of having a business. So we know that, I mean, this is a new endeavor that you're undertaking.
Yeah. So
it's been really stressful, and I've seen you stressed about it.
But it's tough, I'm learning, because this is new to me. I know I'm bound to make a lot of mistakes, but I know that I am. It's not like I'm going to start a business and everything's got to be perfect. I'm the kind of person that learns from mistakes, and that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
You always do.
Yeah, I know it. But hopefully things are going to go straight forward now. It's gotten to the point where sometimes I feel like giving up, and I'm like, what's the point of doing? If I say I'm going to do something, I do it.
Back on your screen, the month of December is really hard. It's especially hard for me, and I know for Eli and lots of other people. People tend to feel isolated during the holidays. My dad, he actually passed away during the holidays unexpectedly. I'm so busy with work, I don't get time to really sit around and think about or kind of process what's happened. But the first week of December, I just started feeling really sad and depressed. And during one of my conferences, I just kind of sat down in my classroom and I just started crying. I looked at the calendar. I'm like, oh, it's December. I myself, I don't look forward to the holidays. Something new that's been going on with me is that sounds bother me. Like certain sounds will bring me back to that place, and I wasn't realizing that it had to do with the death and the trauma of my dad. So my dad died unexpectedly in his sleep, and we found him. And just loud sounds, especially sirens, bass sounds for whatever reason were driving me so, giving me a lot of anxiety, to the point where I was anticipating the sound, so I would be anxious before I would hear any sounds. And it got to the point where I had to buy these sleeping earbuds just to block out the sound. And then I bought a white noise machine. And I'm like, I can't live like this. I just can't. So
yeah, it's like you're trying to put a band-aid over a problem instead of fixing the issue that is really causing it. Like, and that's your mourning your dad.
Yeah, and I hadn't been motivated to record really. I would always tell him, yeah, I'll join you. But with work, I mean, I have a full schedule. It's crunch time for our star retesters. I was just physically, mentally exhausted, just drained. But I feel, since I'm able to understand where these feelings are coming from, my next step is to get, put my insurance to good use. I pay so much for it. I just been going through it, and we're trading. And I've noticed, even like I had this discussion with some of my coworkers, like our students, they kind of just sit there in class, just on their phones. They don't talk. They don't even interact with each other. Like something is really wrong. I'll be teaching and I ask a question, and it's just like leg stares, And it's not, they're not being rude to me. I haven't had any behavior problems, thank goodness. Also, I have to compete with the World Cup. This season is hard for a lot of people. We've all lost people and wish they were there spending time with us, even pets. And, it's really hard. It's just...
And Sergeant died.
Yeah, Sergeant died on the 10th, so it was his 1 year anniversary. It never gets easy. Grief, this is what I heard, grief is love with nowhere to go. And life it's heartbreaking. So instead of isolating yourselves, try to surround yourselves with family and friends, people that that you trust.
Yeah, people hang out with people that you trust. Except I don't do that. I can't say that because I like spending time by myself. It's probably not good for me, but like Anna's right, you should spend it with people that care about you, and they'll understand that what you're going through. I guess the subject's grief or grieving, mourning.
Yeah, it's just been kind of weird.
Yeah.
By weird, like sad, gloomy.
Yeah, it's been weird because of that.
No, it's just a hectic time. I don't know.
Yeah, it's one heck of a time.
I will say I'm grateful for some of my coworkers. They noticed that I had been down, so they came to visit me during my off period, and they really made the effort. And I was shocked. I usually just hang out by myself, but yeah, and it was really nice. They knew I'd been really sad, and I mean, I still am sad, but I'm trying to really work through my grief and my feelings, and I'm starting to realize how much I miss my dad. I mean, he's a big part of my life, and my dad would always say, anytime something bad happened, he's like, you can't just stop living your life, Anna. You just gotta move on. And when he died, I thought about that. But it's not so easy to move on. And I have felt, pretty lost sometimes. But he's right. You can't just stop living your life. And I know my dad experienced a lot of trauma too in his life and loss, and he knew what he was talking about. He would always say, that's life. Just move on. He had that type of mentality. I hate crying.
Well, like you say, it's good to cry.
Yeah, it is good to cry. But hang in there, guys. Just one step at a time. Doesn't matter how many times you fall, as long as you keep getting up.
Yeah.
That's
See, like, I have different ways that we cope with it, and it's fine to have different ways to cope with it. You're not gonna find out how to grieve until it happens to you, and it's like you're forced to figure it out how to grieve. Some people close up so they won't feel that feeling. And if you're the kind of person that closes up, it's fine if you do, as long as you know that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, that there's some hope.
Yeah, that not to like ruin your life, like just drinking just to forget to cope with the morning. I mean, for Sergeant, it took me, almost a year. Like, I still miss him. And
it's pretty brand new,
yeah, but it's,
you'll always miss him.
The way I was at first was I wouldn't let myself cry, or like it's like I didn't want to accept that he was gone. And I still miss him, but like Anna grieves a different way than I do, and it's fine, And I know some people in some relationships, just because you grieve one way and the other person grieves another way, like they get in fights because of that.
I remember, I'm sorry I'm laughing.
Oh, no, it's fine.
But Eli uses a lot of humor when I'm like grieving. And at first I was really offended.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he would try to make jokes, but that's all he knew how to do, because you've never experienced losing a parent. So
that, and I was used to the military, in the infantry, we lost guys, and the way we would cope was with dark humor. And it was a really fucked up situation, but we had to figure out, how to cope with it. So it was like we used it as a what do you call it? What do they call them?
Outlet.
Not defensive mechanism, but like a coping. Yeah, not a coping mechanism. No,
Yes.
like to joke. Even when our buddies would get like messed up and they would lose an eye or something, like we joke with them and they joke back. We'd be like, well, at least you don't have, like you won't have a problem winking anymore or something like that. But, I got used to that. So when, I've had family members that pass away, and Anna and I are totally different the way we are with our families. I'm more distant, maybe. I think maybe because when I joined the military and I was on my own for a while, so I kind of got used to that. Anna's very family oriented.
Well, I'm close with my immediate family. I will say with aunts, uncles, and cousins, just because I get a lot of social anxiety. Like I'm not that close with them, but I am.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty close.
So,
with my,
she has that outlet. That she could count on her family. Then.
And you.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that I can't count on my family. It's just that we never talk about it. I mean, I think there's like a unspoken understanding that we're just try to deal with the stuff on our own. And I've had family members pass away, and it wasn't it didn't hurt me as much as when Anna's dad died. Like it was like a weird feeling, like it was real, and before then I would grieve or I would feel sad, but not as I did with Anna's dad, because it was like I was still kind of used to the military, where we would joke, but we weren't as attached. It was like our job was basically to die in war. Seeing Anna, it hurt me, because like I saw her sad, and I know how close she is with her family.
And you liked my dad.
Yeah, I liked your dad. He was cool.
I laughed earlier because the first thing my dad told you, the first thing my dad told him when he met him, he's all like, "Have you had a psychologist examine you?"
I was like, yes, why? So you're good?
I was like,
yeah.
Embarrassed.
But that was his personality.
Because my dad was in the army too.
Yeah, he was a veteran, and I guess that's
and
how I
laughed,
connected with him.
Did really well.
Yeah, it was funny.
You were hiding your crazy.
Yeah, I was hiding my crazy. That, and then I remember one time, I don't know if it was for Mother's Day, I took Anna's mom some strawberries, and then he asked like where his strawberries were.
Oh.
He's like, "Oh, and where's mine?" I was like, "Oh, sorry." Like some people in relationships, they might not understand the way you grieve, or they might grieve a certain way, but I think it's important that you also give each other space, when somebody dies close to them.
Also, I mean, when you're going through the grieving process, even close family members, their life will continue to go on, and you'll see that, and you kind of, for some reason, get hurt by it. Like it upsets you that they're able to move on, and that's completely normal. You can't expect people to behave a certain way. It's not until you go through it. I remember being angry, seeing family like be so happy about different things, and I just felt left behind. I don't know if that makes or resonates with anybody, but it's that feeling Like once the rosario's over, the funeral's over, you feel like forgotten. Because the funeral might end, but the grief process pretty much lasts a lifetime. And that's not their responsibility. You know, it was just going through the phase that I didn't want to accept it, that I didn't want to accept that life was going on without my dad.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and end it here. Thanks for watching. I'm Eli.
This is Anna.
And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.